If you've been on Twitter lately, you've probably seen a familiar name spread across the platform. Someone known as David. David is a popular artist that has been spreading all over the platform, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, pretty much everywhere. Everywhere online. Because of really, really bad allegations. And it's kind of hard to call them allegations because at this point, there is a lot of evidence against him. If you don't know who David is, his full name is David Anthony Bjork. Or Burke, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He is a 20-year-old singer and songwriter known for his melodramatic music. And I'm sure most of you have heard at least one song from him. Some of these songs include Romantic Homicide, Here With Me, You and I, and he even made songs for a TV show called Invincible, which is an incredibly popular show on Amazon Prime. And all of this popularity came from him starting off with Fortnite montages. And I mean, this guy was crazy at Fortnite. Take a look at this. But because of copyright issues, he would make his own songs and put them into the montages. He then released his songs on SoundCloud after a lot of people were like, hey, this is pretty good. So then he released the songs there, and then he ended up being picked up by some pretty big music records. And recently, he's been going on tour, with him canceling the most recent one because of the whole situation going on. Now, what happened? On September 8th of this year, human remains were found inside of an impounded Tesla in Los Angeles, a car that was registered to David. The body was dismembered, stuffed into a plastic bag, and was placed inside the front trunk of the car. After the car was abandoned, it was sent to an impound lot for about a month before complaints started to roll in about the stench that was coming from the car. Now, when I first heard about this, I didn't think David would do this because he was on tour at the time. Maybe it was just a coincidence that it was his car and someone just stole his car and killed someone and put the remains inside of the car. But after the name of the victim was revealed and what the victim was to David, everything started to go downhill. The victim was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was reported missing on April 5th, 2024 when she was 13. That was over a year ago. She would have been 15 now. Police have also filed a warrant for a house that David resided in before and confiscated a computer from it, as well as some other electronics. When identifying the body, they found a tattoo on her right index finger that said shh. David also has a tattoo on his right index finger that says the same thing, which is already a bit suspicious. Why does a 20-year-old man have matching tattoos with a 15-year-old girl? But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe they just somehow got the same tattoo on the same finger on the same hand. You know, sometimes it happens, you know? They also allegedly met in person. Here's someone else's screenshot of David and Celeste hanging out together. But if that wasn't enough evidence to convince you that Celeste and David had interacted before, there is a whole clip of them interacting. And of Celeste joking about David being with them ending the stream right after she made that joke.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
People in his chat even joked about him being on the Epstein list. It's over for this guy. His lawyer is going through hell right now. David also has an unreleased song about Celeste, which was made in December of 2023. So about a year ago. And if this was true, Celeste would have been around 13 years old, and David would have been 17 to 18 years old. That is so disgusting. Here are the lyrics for the unreleased song.
Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed.
He's talking about a 13-year-old girl, by the way. This was released in December of 2023. She would have been around 13 years old. I just wanted to point that out. He has a whole song talking about how he loves and is obsessing with a 13-year-old girl. What the hell? There is another video of David resurfacing. where he made a TikTok of him cleaning shoes, and he cleans a pair of shoes that are eerily similar to Celeste's shoes. This one is a bit iffy. I feel like this one's a little bit of a reach. The Twitter post is just outright saying that it's Celeste's shoes, but the shoes he ended up cleaning might have just been a coincidence. It would make sense if this was a coincidence because it's a pair of shoes. Just because they look like someone else's shoes doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% theirs. But then again, even without this clip, I'm convinced that David probably had something to do with the murder of the victim. There's also a video of what seems to be David's brother and Celeste herself going backstage.
I'm Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my...
This person does look pretty identical to the victim with the hair and everything, but other than that, I'm not too sure. Also, while I was researching for this video, I was looking on YouTube to see what other people were thinking about the situation, and I came across this one YouTuber, and this is a little off topic. I came across this one YouTuber who made 7 videos about David in 2 days. This guy milked the cow so hard, it died. Anyways, here's where the allegations start to get a little more muddy, because a lot of these are screenshots from David's Discord server. Here's a screenshot of someone sending another screenshot of David and another person in the background who appears to be Celeste, with David calling the guy a federal agent. Here's another screenshot of David saying that he enjoys watching gore for fun. I love watching gore. I'm just desensitized to it, you know? You wouldn't last a day in my world. That screenshot has nothing to do with Celeste. I just wanted to share this screenshot. David is a murderer, and a cornball. That is probably one of the worst combinations you could ever have. Allegedly. Allegedly. Here's another screenshot of the staff team of his Discord server making a statement about the situation, where they basically state that they had no idea of Celeste's actual age and what David had done. So the majority of the staff team dipped from the server. David's official Discord server is surprisingly still up with over 30,000 members. So I'm going to look inside of his server and see if I can find anything, see if I can confirm any of the evidence provided from the screenshots, and yeah. So here is David's official Discord server. His official account is in the server. The announcement from his staff team is true. There's a channel for advertisers. If you have .gg in your status, then you get the advertisers role, which is a bit interesting because this is from today, 10:44 a.m. And a lot of these people, most of these people probably know about the whole drama going on, and they're still putting .gg/David in their status, that's interesting. This guy's username is David Didn't Do It. F that bum David. This guy boosted the server, by the way. Why are you gonna boost a server and then have your name as F that bum David? All the chatting channels have been shut down because there's a lot of harassment going on and people spamming and whatnot. What I'm interested about in this server is David's own messages. So if you look on the right, this is his official account. You can see he's the owner of the server. This is him. There's definitely some edgy stuff. Like, for instance, he had a message that said gore is better than I used to be addicted to watching gore vids. I love gore. This has nothing to do with the allegations, but if you look up Celeste, you can see a message from David that says Celeste in here, question mark, question mark. This is Sunday, October 23rd, 2022. Right now, Celeste would have been 15 years old. In October 23rd, 2022, she would have been 12 to 13 years old. And then Celeste's original account says, "Hi David Bark." This is her actual account. She has the #1 fan role, member role, and the +18 role, which is very peculiar because when she was found, she was identified as a 15-year-old. It looks like with all of this evidence, David might be guilty. He has matching tattoos. Celeste appeared in multiple of his videos and streams, and he had a whole unreleased song about her. In my eyes, David is probably the culprit of the murder, but he hasn't been found guilty without a shadow of a doubt. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation, as I'm interested in what you have to say. My condolences goes out to the victim's family. I'm terribly sorry that this has happened, and I hope that the victim's family gets the justice that they deserve. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.